Right, boys, grab hold of him.
Here I am, this is me. I come into this world so wild and free. Here I am, so young and strong, right here in the place where I belong. It's a new world, it's a new start. It's alive with the beating of a young heart. It's a new day.
It all begins with wobbly legs, their first tentative steps, too afraid to leave their mother's side.
Here I am.
But day by day, those first steps become stronger and longer. Trepidation is replaced by confidence. Now the sounds is of thundering hooves as they race for the richest prize in two-year-old racing in the world and the right to wear the golden slipper, to put their names alongside the greats of years gone by.
Loving Cup and Burst down the outside is rocketing to the line. Burst has swamped Glenn O'Sullivan. 4 straight for Shane Dye. Little Danehill filly, and Berlin is going to score a magnificent win in the slipper. 4 for the Freeman. Encounter on the outside. Encounter at Guineas. Encounter has run off the track. He's lunging again as they hit the line, and it's close.
Hannigan and Royal Torture making a late bid with Hosanna, but it's Ha-Ha in front, and Gate wins the first slipper. Ha-Ha! Brown Tory is out after a third of that, who hit the front, and Belle de Jour right through the middle. Freakish win.
The Amy Golden Slipper Stakes, a unique event in Australian racing. Perhaps Gai Waterhouse summed it up best. Winning this race means everything to us. It's all the talk around the stable at this time of the year. It's like the Melbourne Cup in spring. It's all we think of. Well, Gai's got 4 runners today, and there are thousands flocking to Rosehill, and why not? $3 million in prize money and instant fame. Hello and welcome to Rosehill on Amy Golden Slipper Stakes Day. A famous race, the centre point of a great card of racing. $6 million in prize money today. Wait for Age Racing at its best in the BMW. We start with the Moet and Chandon race 2 today, then the Daily Telegraph Tulloch Stakes for the 3-year-olds on their way to the Derby, the Lone Inquiry Centre Stakes, then the BMW, $2 million Wait for Age, Northerly running, the Group 1 Arrowfield Stud Stakes, fillies on their way to the Oaks, the Group 1, $3 million Amy Golden Slipper, the richest 2-year-old race in the world. And then the Group 2, Hotel Intercontinental, Queen of the Turf Stakes for the best mares in Australia. The scratchings today, light on. In this race coming up, Pompey and Montefino are out 7 and 10. Race 3 clear. Race 4, 15 Halls of Assembly. Race 5, an important scratching in the BMW. A late scratching, number 4, Carnegie Express. Race 6 is clear. The Amy Golden Slipper take out 5 Handsome Ransom and the emergency Bella Corona. And then there's the emergencies for the rest of the day, races 8 and also 9. So much talked about the weather and track this week in Sydney. Let's find out about both those subjects with Peter Donegan.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is where all the action is going to take place on this great day, one of the great days of the Australian Turf, Amy Golden Slipper Day for 2003. Well, of course, here at Rosehill, they've had a couple of lead-up meetings in the previous 2 Saturdays, and that's part of the reason that they've brought the movable rail out 3 metres or so. And when you have a look at the ground over nearer the inside, there are just every now and then little patches where they've got some fill in, some sand fill, just to even up the surface after the racing over the past couple of weeks. But it's really nothing to speak of, even though as you move out and get out about 3 or 4 horses off the rail, the ground really is looking pristine. There's a lovely covering of grass, and it really is quite firm underfoot too. Part of the reason for that is because the track manager, Lindsay Davies, well, he's really been caught between the devil and the deep blue sea, he and his staff this week, because there's been the forecast of rain out here in Sydney's west at Rose Hill, and they haven't had a drop since last week. So the surface is pretty firm underfoot, and I think you'll find perhaps as the day goes on, I wouldn't be at all surprised to see the horses in the middle of the track starting to finish off their races perhaps a little bit better. As far as the weather forecast is concerned today, well, we've got a slight chance of a few showers. It's going to be partially cloudy, and we're expecting a top temperature of 24 degrees. But as I look up above me, I'm pretty confident, fingers crossed, that we're going to be in for a great day, both weather-wise and racing-wise, for one of the wonderful days, the Amy Golden Slipper of 2003.
I'm sure, Max Presnell, you say here to Peter Donegan. Welcome, Max. Not often you can say you were here for the very first, but you were, Max, in 1957.
Yes, Bruce, and they say the first is always the most memorable. I saw Todman win. He was definitely the fastest 2-year-old I've ever seen win a Golden Slipper.
Well, maybe no Todmans today, but a very open slipper. More about that later. Let's check the totes from the first event run today. Toast of the Coast, the Victorian filly, 7, 10 and 2.30. Greg Childs, the rider for Tony Vasil. Fatoon tried to lead all the way, $1.70. Blue Satab, $4. The Quinella, $14.20. Trifecta, $4.29.20. Exacta, $28.80. We'll be giving you the New South Wales totes throughout the day, but the others will be up there. Let's check the totes on the second, the Mowat and Shandon. Gary Wilkinson.
Approximates on race 2. Number 1, Arlington Road in New South Wales, returning at the moment $14.10. 2, Moa Man, $9.40. 3, Inspire, $19.20. 4, Bulletproof Billy, $4.10. 5, Oomph, scratch from the first race to run in this second event, $5. 6, Polygram, $18.20. Scratch 7, Pompeii. 8, Brits Best, $5. Number 9, Sports Brat, $9.10. Scratch 10, Montefino. 11, Freestyler, $28.70. 12, Sex Machine, $19.60. And 13, Flight Pattern, $18.10.
Pretty even race, the second. Which way have you gone, Max?
I like number 8, Brits Best. Brits Best has had 5 runs at Rose Hill for 2 wins and 2 seconds. Perhaps 1,200 metres might be a shade short of his best, but I think the way the race will be run will suit Brits Best. Nicely drawn too. Glenn Boss up. I think it'll give you a real good show.
Peter Donegan's gone for number 5, Oomph, who was scratched from the opening event on the program. A lot talked about the pattern of racing. We saw Toast of the Coast come off the pace in the first race, but they did go very hard. They ran 1:9.14 in the first.
Yes, Bruce, and I'd say the fact that the runner-up and the third horse were on the pace and they made it red hot and were still able to finish so close up indicates that front runners are going to be, well, we won't say advantaged, but certainly at this stage they're not going to be disadvantaged.
So the horses behind the barrier, there's Sex Machine. Good record at 1,200 metres. There's 13, Flight Pattern, a 7-year-old. Sex Machines had 10 starts at the 1,200 for 4 wins and 3 placings. Moa Man will be on the pace. I think the horse we see there from John Hawkes.
Yes, first up, but John Hawkes has set Moa Man for the race and he looks certain to go well.
Inspire can win at big odds. We've seen him twice in Melbourne, number 3, but he's not that good fresh, so I'd say that he's probably worth a risk. We see Bulletproof Billy's price there at $4.20. He's had 10 starts over 1,200 for 5 wins and 5 placings. He's been a model of consistency.
Yes, he's nicely placed today and is strongly fancied.
Well, Moa Man's an interesting runner here. Simon Marshall's behind the barrier. How's he travelled to the post, Simon?
Terrific, actually, Bruce. He saved his energy, popped around with the clerk of the course, and geez, he's a lovely athletic type. He carries his head up nice and high, and he's got a wonderful big stride. But he saved all the energy he can by coming around with the clerk of the course, folks. Oomph has just had a wipe down on the shoulder, just sweated up a little bit of free sweating there. Just had a wipe down to make sure that the reins are nice and clear of sweat for the jockey there and Danny Beasley to ride okay, but apart from that, they're all very well behind the barriers.
We see Moa Man. Let's check with Greg Radley in the betting ring for the latest. Greg.
Brits Best has been the best back runner down here, number 8. It's in a couple of points, more than 2 points now, Brits Best. Best back runner, it's the favourite just in front of Oomph, who's been fairly firm, and then we go to Bulletproof Billy. Moa Man's been easy. Best back easily, number 8, Brits Best.
That's Max's selection. Arlington Road, an interesting runner here for Gai Waterhouse. Gai has 18 runners here today. John Hawkes has 19, and they have 11 of the 16 runners in the slipper between them. Final thoughts?
No, I'm very comfortable with Brits Best. Arlington Road, I thought Arlington Road could go well fresh. The only query I've got about him is the 12 gate. Just how important are barriers going to be today? Perhaps Arlington Road can shed some light on it.
So just playing up here is Freestyler, number 11. He's 4th at Canberra in the National Sprint last start. Won at Canberra before that. has 2 of its 6 wins at 1,200 metres, but it's a bit reluctant to go in. Amanda Langler, the trainer here. So watch for Moa Man and Oomph and Freestyler to be amongst the pace here. Now Sex Machine about to come up. Bernadette Cooper, the rider, we saw her win in Melbourne during the VRC Spring Carnival. So let's join Ian Craig, courtesy of Sky Channel for the Moet and Shandon.
Crowd has swelled considerably after the running of the first of the day. We're all set now. The Moet and Shandon race to Rosehill Gardens. Line steadies down. There's been a problem out in the middle, I'd say. Starter came off his stand, so what the worry is, it's hard to ascertain from here. Inspire the inside running. Polygram, an interesting runner here. Of course, we saw Polygram in Sydney last autumn from Western Australia. Starter back on the stand. And they're off. And Bulletproof Billy missed it a half. Oomph began very, very quickly, as did Moa Man. Arlington Road, Freestyler and Flight Patterns right up there. Length and a half Inspire, followed by Sports Brat around Brits Best 2 Sex Machine. Polygram the grey from Western Australia second last, 1.5 Bulletproof Billy. Down past the 750 and Freestyler is the narrow leader from Oomph, a length and a half Flight Pattern. Moa Man on the outside being tracked there by Arlington Road, who's got Inspire on its inner. Then Sports Brat on the outside of the heavily backed Brits Best. Sex Machine goes up wider out, and then Polygram and Bulletproof Billy down to the turn. 500 ahead of them here, and Freestyler is the leader. A half length on them. Third is Flight Pattern, followed by Moa Man. One out, one back. A gap Inspire, Arlington Road, and then Sex Machine. And Brits Best heads the others from Bulletproof Billy. 300 to go, and Freestyler taken on in earnest by Sex Machine running a race. Then Moa Man, followed by Arlington Road, and down the outside Sports Brat, but Bernadette Cooper drives Sex Machine to a next lead over Oomph. It's Sex Machine hanging on, and Sex Machine for the money. Oomph second, Arlington Road third, then Moa Man in a photo for fourth with Inspire and Sports Brat from Polygram. Freestyler knocked up, and then Brits Best second last Flight Pattern, and Bulletproof Billy was last from start to finish.
One for the bookmakers here, $24 around Australia. Sex Machine, Bernadette Cooper, the winning jockey. As I said, she had a terrific Spring Carnival in Melbourne, booting home a winner there. And today she was strong at the inn over Arlington Road and Moa Man. Well, Gai Waterhouse said Golden Slipper Day's a sexy day. It's just one of those days. It should have been an omen tip. Gai's finished second there with Arlington Road. But the unusually named Sex Machine's got up to win from Arlington Road and Moa Man. And always look the winner over the last 200 metres.
Yes, came from back in the field, suited by the fast pace. Incidentally, Bruce, Sex Machine is by Shagney. And Bernadette Cooper, I'd say, is the Sydney version of Scarlett O'Hara. By gee, when she comes down the outside and the whips are out, Bernadette does it so very well.
Now, I think it's 12-5 and 1, so it looks like Oomph second and Arlington Road in third place. So that's the way we've been given them now. So Oomph getting up for second, hanging on for second, and Arlington Road third, with Moa Man just behind those horses. So Sex Machine over Oomph and Arlington Road. Good 1,200 metre horse, this one. He's now won 5 out of 11 at 1,200. And Simon Marshall is with this very, very talented jockey, Bernadette Cooper. Simon.
Yes, Bernadette. Well, how about that?
Yeah, it might have been an omen bet, do you think?
Yeah, Sex Machine getting up for the punters out there, I'm sure. Now it's the first time you've been on this guy.
Yeah, it is. Today's the first time I've ever been on his back, and he's a beautiful horse.
Yeah, Golden Slipper Day, big occasion. Tell us about the run. You enjoy that nice run just back off him?
He did. He didn't jump too bad, but he settled second or third last, and he actually wanted to make round the middle stages, so just probably from the 700 he started to step out 3 deep and make his run.
All right, how's the conditions there, Bernadette?
Oh, it's just wonderful to be here today, and he was my only ride, so it's great to have a winner.
Winners are grinners, there you go. Good on you, Bernadette. Fantastic.
Bernadette Cooper, the winning rider, with Simon Marshall, Tony Karakatsanis, the trainer. Well, all the Oman punters. Gai Waterhouse said it was a sexy day. It certainly is now, isn't it?
Well, it certainly is, and I tell you what, there's a lot of sexy ladies here, so that was an Oman tip.
Your horse missed the start at its last appearance, so did you go in with any degree of confidence today? Because there wasn't a lot of confidence in the ring.
No, possibly not, but I mean, on his day, he can gallop this horse. He's obviously got a few problems that we've overcome. Believe it or not, at Warwick Farm, 3 times he's raced there, and 3 times all he wants to do is either miss the kick or skip and hop, and you know, the crossing there. So it's a bit of a hoodoo place for him. But here, obviously, he thrives, and the 1200's his go-to.
So it's only at Warwick Farm he's got the bad manners. He's got good manners everywhere else.
Well, he's been known to, you know, to be a little bit wayward and do a few things wrong. But today everything went perfect, and Bernadette did a wonderful job with the horse, so it's great.
Tony, it's nice to win a race on any day, but on Amy Golden Slipper Day, it must be especially thrilling.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's a lovely day, and I just hope, you know, this will kick on, certainly my staff that do a wonderful job. You know, they should take most of the credit, so, no, it's terrific.
Congratulations, enjoy the moment.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
Humble trainer there, and they're the connections. Booting home Sex Machine, who prior to today had won $60,000 in prize money and gets $65,000 for today. Isn't it great when you see winners at the races?
It certainly is, and Tony is affectionately known in racing as Carrots and Bananas.
Well, Carrots and Bananas has come up trumps today. Almost diamonds on a Golden Slipper Day, winning the Moet and Chandon Bee Champagne, Tony, after today.
And the key to it was that Bernadette Cooper was able to keep the winner out of trouble. She came down with 1 run down the outside, an unimpeded run. Brit's Best, alas, was never out of trouble.
No, he got caught on the fence, didn't he? He never really got a crack at them. Arlington Road, good run first up. Watch for him. Maybe in Brisbane later in the winter, but he does come to hand pretty quickly. But this is really, I guess, the grand final for Sex Machine today, to win a $100,000 race on Amy Golden Slipper Day. And quickly, Bernadette, which she impressed us in Melbourne, she looks to have a terrific future.
Yeah, well, she's been off the boil in Sydney in recent weeks, and it's good to see her get back to the winning list because she can ride. She's a very, very capable horse person.
So the Moet and Chandon today won by the outsider, Bernadette Cooper, the rider. It was number 12, Sex Machine.
Baby faces going places. Tomorrow's champions today. They're ready and running for the world's richest prize in 2-year-old racing, the Amy Golden Slipper, coming up.
There's Sex Machine, pretty famous here today, having won the second event, the Moet and Chandon. Its correct weight on 12, 5 and 1 after the second at Rosehill. Let's check the final dividends.
Winner number 12, Sex Machine, paid $24.60 in New South Wales for the win, $5.50 a place. Second number 5, Oomph, $2. Third number 1, Arlington Road, paid $3.80. Quinella, $75.20. Exacta, $248.80. The trifecta, 12, 5 and 1, paid $1,982.80. Number 9, Sports Brat, ran fourth. The first 4 in New South Wales paid in excess of $24,000.
So they're the dividends after the second event on the program. Race 3 today is the Daily Telegraph Tulloch Stakes. Group 2, $140,000. Here's the lineup.
Number 1, Platinum Scissors, Jim Cassidy. 2, Natural Blitz, Karen McAvoy. 3, Takas, Darren Gauci. 4, So Assertive, Glenn Boss. 5, Pulitzer, Greg Childs. 6, Rouge Homme, Patrick Ferris. 7, Monte Grande, Craig Carmody. 8, Boyd, Stephen Knoll. 9, Galante, Nash Rawiller, his only ride of the day. 10, Ceto Star, Danny Nikolic. 11, Hooker Lodge, Rod Quinn. 12, Kablamo, Damien Oliver. 13, Derby Parade, Scott Seamer. And 14, Celia Strike, Corey Brown.
The bookmakers just starting to put up their prices here on the third, and Platinum Scissors has come up just a touch better than even money. Second pick is Natural Blitz, and then we go out to So Assertive and further down to Galante, but he's going to be a firm favourite all the way through betting here. A touch better than even money, Platinum Scissors.
Tote putters like Platinum Scissors, number 1, returning $2.10 on the New South Wales tote at the present time, shorter on Super Tab. 2, Natural Blitz, $6.40. 3, Tacas, $15.80. 4, So Assertive, returning $5.70. 5, Pulitzer, the New Zealander, $18.60. 6, Rouge Homme, $29.40. 7, Monte Grande, $38.90. 8, Boyd, $44.70. Number 9, Galante, $8.80. 10, Ceto Star, $78.90. 11, Hooker Lodge, the rank outsider, $113.80. 12, Kablamo, $93.40. 13, Derby Parade, $84.40. And 14, Celia Strike, $85.20.
Some famous races are run here over the 2,000 metres. I think of the Ranvet and also the Rosehill Guineas. That's the setup today. Now, Platinum Scissors is drawn in and Natural Blitz is drawn out. Are barriers important at all?
Oh, yes. I would say that Jim Cassidy will be able to take advantage of Platinum Scissors' 2-gate today, and it could be a vital edge. Natural Bliss, Kieran McAvoy has got to make up his mind whether to go forward or go back in the early stages of the race. He could be trapped off the course going around the first turn, and under those circumstances could have a difficult run.
Who have you gone for here, Max? Have you stuck with the favourite?
Yeah, I've got Platinum Scissors on top. Second start after a spell over 2,000 metres. A very quick leap to this distance, but his first up fourth was an excellent effort, and very importantly, he looked forward in condition on that day. So under those circumstances, I think he's going to be very hard to beat.
Peter agrees with you. Both going for Platinum Scissors, who's trained by Gai Waterhouse. And when you think women in racing, you do think of Gai Waterhouse. But thanks to some clever marketing from the Sydney Turf Club, women are being enticed to the races in Sydney like never before. It's been one of the real success stories. Here's Kylie Gillies.
The boys watch the girls while the girls watch the boys who watch the girls go by. Eye to eye, they solemnly convene to make the scene, which is the name of the game. Watch a guy, watch a dame on any street in town.
Girls watch the boys, watch the girls go by. Andy Williams might have crooned, but for Sydney Turf Club marketing manager David Craig, it's not a theme song, but a strategy.
We've tried to reach a new market and emphasise the fact that racing is very much a social day out. It's very much a day where the girls can dress up, have a great time, go out, meet friends, enjoy themselves, as well as being able to enjoy the great racing.
It must be working, as female attendances at Sydney racetracks are up 25%. But it's not only about girls watching boys, it's much more sophisticated than that.
We've worked very hard on our facilities and our product here at Rosehill to ensure that when the people come, they have a great time and they come back.
With record crowds turning out to the Slipper Festival, the campaign is proving to be successful. But the question still remains, what is more important, the horses or the hats?
Well, both. I love the horse racing, it's a lot of fun, but it's mostly about dressing up. I think it's a really nice chance for women to come out and feel a bit glamorous for the day, so it's really nice.
Oh, I think it's dressing up, really.
Absolutely. It's the whole process, the couple of days beforehand, or it should be a few weeks, I guess, when you start preparing and getting everything together, and drinks with friends. Terrific.
I'm afraid it's a fashion. The horses, they're back there somewhere, but we're having fun.
I disagree. I think it's a bit of both. I think the horses are pretty attractive too. Yeah, I'd like to see some of the women in the high heels running down the race course just to see how they
We want to see a connection of both. We want to see women on horses in the high heels running.
I think the frocks. I think the frocks and the champagne.
The Sydney Turf Club is careful not to alienate traditional racegoers and punters. But for racing's Generation Next, one thing's for certain. Whether they're here to have a bet or just to be seen, with a day at the races, they're on a surefire winner.
The women love shopping. I like buying horses and girls like shopping, so part of the deal is get the best dress and come in here and show off, I guess.
Makes the world go round. Watch that sound. Each time you hear a loud collective sigh, they're making music to watch girls by.
Great day to be a punter at Rosehill. I can assure you that on Amy Golden Slipper Day. Something for everyone. Back with more right after this. Fantastic crowds here at Rosehill for Amy Golden Slipper Day. Lots of sporting celebrities everywhere, including our next guest, Scott Miller, the silver medalist in the 100-metre butterfly from Atlanta. Scott, I haven't seen you for a while. It's terrific to catch up. I know you snapped your Achilles. You've had an operation on the comeback try. How's it going?
It's a long, slow, tedious recovery, Bruce, and you know, unfortunately, it's one of those things that takes a long time, and it's been 10 weeks now, but I missed out on the World Championship trials, which were a couple of weeks ago, and that had been my peak for the last 15 months I've been back in the water, so it's a bit of a blow, but I'm not too sure what I'm going to do yet, but I'm still enjoying the racing and having a good time.
You've got a real interest in horse racing, haven't you?
Oh, I love it. Yeah, I've been a breeder, owner, and you know, race horses, and very interested in training and taking over a few of the philosophies that we do in the pool and swimming training to try to transfer it over into the horses. So that's a passion of mine with my coach Brian Sutton, and that's something that we're looking forward to pursuing in the next few years.
Scott, I couldn't let you get away with asking you for a tip today. Everyone's got a tip. I mean, who are you going for in the Golden Slipper?
The Golden Slipper's a tough one, Bruce, but Niello and Exceed and Excel are the two ones I think are standouts. But my bet of the day is definitely a treble, or an all-up if you like to say. Platinum Scissors, all into Northerly. I was sitting next to Fred Kersley at lunch yesterday, and he said the horse is spot on, and the best bet of the day is Grand Army in the last. So have an all-up and you'll get out all right.
Terrific. So Grand Army in the last, and before that, Platinum Scissors and Northerly. Good luck with the comeback, and terrific to see you here.
Bruce, thank you.
Scott Miller there, the Atlantic silver medalist. Let's have a look at the odds now, the early odds on the Amy Golden Slipper.
Number 1, Koozie, $7.80. 2, Exceed and Excel, $11.10. 3, Hammerbeam, $38. 4, Snip Attack, $32.30. Scratch Handsome Ransom. 6, Niello, $7.60. 7, Face Value, $27.90. 8, Polar Success, $12.10. 9, Hasna, $11.20. 10, Shamika, $11.70. 11, Legally Bay, $9.30. 12, Halle Berry, $13.10. 13, Secret Land, $6. 14, Dorky, $16.20. 15, How Funny, $23.10. 16, Syrinx, $128.40. 17, Frassasas, $101.90. Scratch Bella Corona.
4 horses under the double figures here in the Golden Slipper. Koozie's been the best backed early. It's in a half point, but there hasn't been a lot of business done on the slipper as yet. Secret Land's the favourite, just on the each way odds, and a half a point out then to Niello as second favourite. Then we go out a couple of points further to Legally Bay, and then another couple of points to Koozie. If anything, Koozie firming in a half point has been the best backed in this early part of betting for the Golden Slipper.
So early days with the Amy Golden Slipper. The horses behind us now for the Daily Telegraph Tulloch Stakes, Max. We'll start with Platinum Scissors. Had a very light preparation. Was scratched on the eve of the Victoria Derby. Gay will be wanting him to win today to get him right for the Derby next week.
Yes, no doubt, though, Gay's given him the foundation on the track. Looking at him, it's certainly an unusual and unorthodox preparation, but he's a class act, and from a good barrier draw, he certainly go well.
Natural Blitz has had a really big autumn. Second in the Australian Cup. He won the Shannons. He was second in the Sky High. He's at the top of his game.
Tough, hardened season, but I just wonder the 11 gate where he'll be in the run. If he goes forward, he perhaps could use up too much juice.
3, Takas ran third in the Todman last autumn as a 2-year-old, so he was precocious behind Snowland and Yule that day. Last start 8th in the Far Lap.
He's the sort of horse you've got to catch him on his day. He's been seasoned by a couple of runs after a spell. If he's in the mood, he can rattle this field up. But again, there's an if and